I'm fine if hell exists, because like that makes sense. If you're a bad person, you deserve to go there. But and hey, even if I'm a bad person, I that makes sense for me to go to hell.
Mm-hmm.
But I really didn't like the idea of heaven because I had a profound idea that nothing nothing that I knew in this world could satisfy me. And I grew up with in a tradition that somewhat had a very, I don't know, materialistic idea of heaven. Not that it's all about material, like matter, like this, like
Yeah.
we completely believe that, like we believed in spiritual things, like God was spirit, and such, but we didn't really have a strong idea of what heaven was.
I see.
Growing up, and I might be uh, confused. I might be like maybe I wasn't taught properly, but my conception of heaven when I was uh, quite young, growing up, was that like heaven, like when you got to heaven, it was like a continuation of this life on earth without any pain, without any suffering. Like we will have no more tears in heaven, uh, and I just was like, okay, well, I mean, that's good and all. Like
Yeah.
life is good if you don't have pain, but you can't be satisfied with good things forever. I knew that, like, I didn't want to live forever. I wanted to enjoy my life for a certain period of time. I just wanted it to end at a certain, I just wanted there to be a cutoff point, like, and then like nothing existed anymore.
Yeah.
And so I kind of despaired, honestly, of like the idea of heaven, because I just like, why would God subject me to something entirely unsatisfying for all of eternity that never ends? And that really hurt me, at least, because I'm a man of great desires. I want to be satisfied.
Yeah.
I want that restlessness that I have as a human being to, find its rest and to stay with it, and um, never reach satiety, but continually be satisfied. And so yeah, that was up to middle school, I suppose.
Do you mind just explaining, because you did touch on a lot of different
Yeah.
topics there, to the audience, like what the Catholic view of heaven is?
Yeah. So the Catholic view of heaven is principally in the beatific vision. It's in beholding beholding God for all eternity. As I understand, I particularly like how Dante portrays heaven in the in the end of Paradiso, where you
Okay.
have and now Dante is using figurative language, obviously, but he describes heaven as God is this like center point, this like a radiant light that like you can continually peer into and never, I don't know, never be dissatisfied in the seeing of it. And all the saints behold in this beatific vision their true happiness. It's something that continually satisfies you. It's not, you're not necessarily pleased in material things. Maybe like you're not pleased in like, I don't know, like the friendships you made in your life,
Yeah.
or the the good times you had, or the I don't know, the things, the activities that you enjoyed in life. Now there may be those things there. Granted, I don't know, but it's principally in the seeing of God, as we see in the sight of God, as Saint John says that we will see Him as He truly is. And I don't know. That's the hope that I think the Catholic has in I don't know, coming to heaven. That the Catholic will see God for who He is,
Yeah.
and will find all of His happiness and desire fulfilled in the one who made Him.
Yeah. talked about heaven. Obviously, growing up, like you believed in a hell as well. You
Yeah.
mentioned, and what was your view of that as opposed to how it is now? Was it has it remained the same?
I think it's largely remained the same.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, you don't really hope for hell, like, you know, like in the way that like, heaven is the satisfaction of your desires, like, you know, and so it is by one's nature to constantly have their eyes fixed to the fulfillment of their desires, which is in heaven. So I suppose my understanding of heaven kind of shifted
Yeah.
as I became
Mhm.
more acquainted with Catholic thought. But
Okay.
how, I mean, perhaps if I could say, if anything changed, it was the idea that hell is not simply physical punishment. It's not just like you made a bad decision, and so you're going to, like, you know, endure corporal punishment for it. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like hell is this separation from God. It's this separation of your. It's eternal separation from the fulfillment of your desire. It is a state of continual restlessness, without the hope of ever coming to the rest that you desire by nature. And so perhaps in that way, my understanding of hell changed.
Yeah. It is interesting to view this life as, I mean, we have choices every day, but the ultimate choice is heaven or hell, you know?
Yeah.
God or no God. It's like we kind of, in our everyday actions, we choose our path, you know? We make the choice.
Yeah.
Whether we're fully aware or not. Like, anyway,
Yeah.
I think I'm